For those of you who have never trained seriously with weights before, a pump is the feeling that you get as blood becomes trapped inside of your muscle tissue after a few sets of intense exercise at the gym. Your muscles will swell up, increase in size and vascularity, and will give you a great mental boost. Now, while there's nothing wrong with getting a pump, it's certainly not indicative that you're having an effective workout. Just think of it this way: if I took a pair of 5-pound dumbbells and performed 1,000 curls with them, the pump that I would get would be absolutely incredible. But do you think performing 1,000 reps with 5-pound dumbbells would be an effective way to stimulate muscle growth? Obviously not. A muscular pump is an inevitable byproduct of intense training at the gym, but it's definitely not something that you need to strive for. Another huge misconception at the gym is the idea that in order to get results, you need to feel the burn. See, as your body exercises, it produces natural waste products, and one of these waste products is called lactic acid, and it's produced as the body burns carbohydrates for use as fuel. And the production of lactic acid is what's responsible for that burning sensation that you get in your muscle tissue. Again, just like the pump, muscular burn is an inevitable byproduct of intense training at the gym, but it's not something that you need to strive for. On virtually every set that you perform in the gym, you're going to feel some degree of muscle burn. But again, this is not an indication that you're effectively stimulating muscle growth. Again, just like my last example, if I took a pair of 5-pound dumbbells and performed 1,000 reps with them, the burn that I got would be absolutely unbearable. But obviously this would not be an effective way of stimulating muscle size and strength. Again, this ties in with the whole spot reduction myth that we talked about in the fat loss section. Remember, you cannot target fat loss from specific areas of your body. Performing bicep curls is not going to cause you to lose fat off of your biceps, just as performing crunches and sit-ups is not going to give you six-pack abs. Therefore, the whole idea of performing high reps with light weights to get a more cut and defined physique is absolute nonsense. Every single time you enter the gym and wrap your hands around a barbell or a dumbbell, your goal is simple, and that is to produce maximum muscle stimulation. Manipulating the amount of weight that you use or the number of repetitions that you perform is not going to magically cause your body to burn more fat off of the areas that you're training. Lifting weights builds muscle, nutrition and cardio burns fat, period. The idea of constantly switching up your rep ranges, exercises, and training days in an effort to shock your muscles into new growth is a basic, widely accepted truth in most bodybuilding circles. However, there's actually very little evidence to support it. Muscles do not have a mind of their own. If you switch from using a barbell to a dumbbell in order to stimulate your tricep, your muscle has no idea what's going on. Muscles adapt to stress, plain and simple. The real secret to shock your muscles into growth is to train with a high level of intensity and to continually focus on adding more weight to the bar and performing more repetitions. As long as you do this consistently, your muscles will continue to grow larger and stronger. If you want to switch up your training routine for mental variety and just to keep things fresh, go right ahead, that's no problem. But from a pure physiological standpoint, as long as you're making continued progress, then there's no need to change anything at all. It's very important for you to realize that just because somebody at your gym looks strong and muscular, it does not mean that they're necessarily doing everything correctly. There are many factors that influence any given individual's muscle building results, and just because somebody is buff or ripped does not mean that you should automatically emulate their techniques. The plain fact of the matter is that genetics do play a very large role in bodybuilding. Some people simply possess superior muscle building genetics and will basically grow no matter how they train. I personally know people who train 2 days a week, hardly pay any attention to their diets, party and drink on the weekends, and still have what would be considered an impressive body. Don't worry about what other people are doing at the gym. Yeah, the buff guy might be using some unorthodox technique and still have an impressive build, but he could probably be getting even better results if he was using a different system. Anybody involved in weight training or athletics is probably familiar with that aching but somewhat satisfying feeling of muscle soreness that usually results from an intense session at the gym. This is called delayed onset muscle soreness, and it usually settles in about 12 to 24 hours following your workout. Yes, it feels great, and yes, it does give you a feeling of accomplishment, but don't make the mistake of assuming that muscle soreness is an indication that you had a successful workout. There are many factors that will influence how sore you get following any given workout, such as your water intake, your stretching, your nutrition, how much sleep you get. Beginning lifters will often find themselves very sore following their workouts, while advanced lifters may not get sore at all. In addition, certain muscle groups tend to get sore very easily, while others won't. Yes, muscle soreness is an indication that some level of damage has been induced in the muscle tissue, but it does not indicate whether that damage will result in muscle growth. In addition, a lack of soreness does not indicate that the muscles are not damaged. Okay guys, that's the end of this video lesson. I've now covered 12 of the most common and misleading myths when it comes to building muscle and burning fat, and I hope that cleared up some of your questions. If you want to dive even deeper on this and learn the complete inside scoop when it comes to burning fat and building muscle, make sure to check out my complete full-blown fitness systems. If your primary goal is to burn fat, then you'll want to check out the Real Deal Body Transformation System, and if your primary goal is to build overall muscle size and strength, then you'll want to check out the Muscle Gain Truth No Fail system. Alright, that does it for this lesson, and in lesson number 6 I'll be covering a topic that typically gets overlooked in most fitness programs, but in reality it's actually incredibly important. Don't miss it.